Hey, everybody. Welcome. We're live on Thursday night. And I'm Paramount USA, and you're at Lindy's Treehouse. And it is Thankful Thursday. Woo! Everybody say Thankful Thursday, because all my peeps that are still working, Friday is tomorrow. And then you get ready for the weekend. I remember those days. I did. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I'm doing really good. I had a fantastic day. Well, every day is fantastic when you're retired. You gotta keep yourself busy and think of things to do every day. Keep your mind busy and keep me out of trouble. Well, I don't know about keeping me out of trouble, but welcome, chatters. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here tonight. I'm so thankful for everybody. And I see Tony Marzano, Mr. Vegas is in the house. Woo-hoo. What's going on, Mr. Vegas? We got Scooby-Doo in the house. Yes, welcome, chatters. Lindy in trouble. I am again? Oh, boy. What'd I do? It is Thursday, right? I have the right day, right? Tony said, packing and ready to move. Oh, cool. I'm so excited. Congratulations, Tony. And Angela, that's so exciting to get your first house. I'm so super excited for you. I really am. And I wish you both the best on your new journey. Hey, Will Fly's in the house. Hi, Will Fly. Will Fly says, hi, everyone. I'm on my way home, so can't chat, but I'm here. Cool. Wonderful. I'm so excited. I always get really excited on Thursday nights. I'm Paramount USA, and you're at Lindy's Treehouse. So y'all just climb up, sit down, grab a snack, because we always have great conversation and all that good stuff. Bring a friend. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button. Please hit the like button. This is my 52nd show already. 52nd show. So I actually started my show. I thought it was in June, but I started my first show last year in July, and I think it was on the 4th of July, on the holiday, is when I started my first show. So that's pretty exciting. I'm pretty proud of myself. I've come a long way with all this. And I always tell people that doing live stream, it's not for the faint of heart. It really isn't. But I love it. And I look at, I see other people's shows and all that, and we're all unique in our own way. And that's what makes the show fun, right? Scuba says, is this treehouse sanitary? It looks questionable to me. Scuba. Oh, yes, I keep wipes. I keep my Clorox wipes real close by. Wherever I go, I carry my Clorox wipes under my arm, all over the house. No, not really. No, but I do have a lot of Clorox wipes. Yes, I have to, got a kitty and all that stuff. Got to keep everything clean. But I'm going to start the show. I'm going to talk about news to me, I call it, and I always open up with today's events and everything. Something really cool happened today. My neighbor downstairs, my sweet neighbor downstairs, she came upstairs and she said, hey, you got to come down here and see, there's a baby deer on my porch, a baby deer. And so I grabbed my slippers and I ran downstairs, and sure enough, there was a little tiny baby deer laying on her porch. Scuba says that's from a movie. I can't remember what it was, but they said water, not treehouse. Okay, Scuba. I'm trying to be like, okay, they said that's from a movie. I can't remember what it was, but they said water, not treehouse. Oh, okay. I can't think of that movie either. But yeah, so it was a little baby deer just laying on her porch. And what it is, the mama always puts the baby in a safe place, and then she goes out to find food for the baby, and then she comes back for the baby. So the one thing is, when you are out there and you see the baby, don't mess with the baby, because if mama comes around and you're messing with the baby, the mama will come after you, because she's protecting her baby. So I learned that, from my son and all that, because we have a lot of trees all over, right outside my apartment. So I guess, Mama Deer thought that was a safe place for her. Scuba says, I think one of the Ice Age movies. Okay, I love the Ice Age movies. I love those movies. They are hilarious. Yes. They're close enough. Yes. Yep. Scuba. I like Ice Age. I love those movies. The squirrel's my favorite. I can so relate to the squirrel in the Ice Age movie, right? Super cute. So I saw this baby deer close up today. I didn't walk up to it or anything, because the baby was on the corner of her porch, but I did get a picture of the baby. The baby's just a tiny thing. And when I went down a few hours later to check to see if the baby was still there, and the baby was gone. So mama came and got her, and or him. And so it's Mother Nature's amazing, isn't she? Mother Nature's amazing. And those are those little things. Tony said, just like calves, little Bambi is good eating. Just saying, veal is good eating, and so is Bambi. Yeah, veal is good. Yeah, I know. Deer meat's good. It is. And it is. And just like the calves, he's the Bambi is good eating. Yeah, but she was so sweet. Oh, such a tiny little thing. But isn't it amazing? Just those little things that can really make your day. And it did. It made my day. And I knew Mama was going to come back for her. So sometimes the babies are there for 2 days or whatever, and then the mama comes and get them. But she knew that the baby would be warm and everything. Isn't that something else? She just, got her baby, made her baby go lay on the porch until she got back. Can you imagine being mothers and raising your children? Imagine if I did that to my kids. All right. Stay in the house. Stay right here. I'm going to the grocery store. The baby's, 2 years old. Stay here. Okay. I'm going to go get some food. If I don't come back today, I'll be back tomorrow. Can you imagine? Thank God we don't do that. Thank God that, you're hoping humans don't do that. But anyway, I've got some things here, and I'm going to read them. We get the chatters in the house. Welcome, chatters. I got Tony in the house, and I have Scooby-Doo. Hi, Munchkin. And Scuba says, somebody bring the wheelbarrow. Tony says, ever see the videos of people finding baby raccoons and bring them up as pets? I think I want a baby raccoon. Do you really? Oh, that's funny. They're funny little animals too. I can just see you doing that. That'd be really cool. Tony, I've been, I want to tell you really quick, I've been watching some, Scuba says, yes, Big Belly is full. I've been watching some YouTube stuff, and I have from watching on Las Vegas, guys doing, walking around, doing with their GoPro or whatever, walking down the Las Vegas Strip and going into the hotels and showing the hotels and rating the hotels and all that stuff. And it's pretty cool. They got some beautiful hotels over there, Tony. I mean, wow. Some of the stuff that they walked through the Bellagio, and I was like, holy moly. Some of these places are just beautiful. Lots of money. And Tony says, we are moving to a place where we can have chickens now. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. I'm happy for you guys. I really am. Yeah, I miss my little farm. in Arizona when the boys were growing up because I had chickens. Always got like a baker's dozen of chickens. I never came home from the feed store without something, whether it be guinea pigs, chickens. Never had hamsters. Maybe I'd bring home a parakeet or two, kind of thing, you know. Hi, Scotty, how you doing? Scotty's in the house. Scotty, French fry. Scotty, how is that? How's that ankle doing? How are you? Or your foot? How's your foot doing? I hope you were starting to feel better. Want to give? I got to give a shout out to my chatters tonight. Thanks for joining me. And if you're just watching or lurking, come on in. Come on in. We love to have you tonight. There's plenty of room in the treehouse. There really is. So let's see. Scott said, still sore now and then. Did they have to put a cast on it or anything? Do you have a boot or what? What are they doing with you, Scotty? Talk to me, Scotty. Scotty says, mostly bored being stuck at home. Oh, no doubt. No doubt. I wish they could just throw a boot on it or something so you can get back to work. Oh, splint. Oh gosh. No fun at all. Good Lord. Yeah, that's no fun. That is no fun at all, Scotty. But I'm glad you're here tonight, and I'm glad I could be here tonight with all my chatters and my viewers and my lurkers and my listeners and all that stuff. I'm Paramount USA, and you're at Lindy's Treehouse tonight. Yes, you are. And I'm here every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So Scott says, I don't play video games. Well, you may have to start. Yeah, Tony says no video games. You may have to start doing that, Scotty. So we're going to start off with, because you know me, I was very busy today, I call this news to me. Okay. So you know how you go, that's new to me. Well, I always put on here, news to me. So I don't know if you guys, were following on Facebook or whatever, but they always have different fun little things, events that happen, with animals or otherwise. So I want you guys to listen. I'm waiting for other people to get in the chat. Listen to some of the stuff I'm going to talk about tonight, and then I'm going to ask you one word. I'm going to have one word of the night, and then you're going to have to guess. And I know that Will Fly wants to win some socks. I know he does. So I'm telling my viewers, listeners, chatters, I'm going to do a little trivia later. And if you guess the word of the day or word of the night or the word of the night or whatever, however you say it, you have a chance to win a pair of Airhead socks, which my paramotors, these are very, very popular. Scooby-Doo is getting a pair. I just sent him out. He won a pair last week because he guessed the word. And so he's getting, I put these in the mail yesterday for Scooby-Doo. Congratulations. So Scooby's getting some Airhead socks because my paramotors love these. And when I get to the dollar store again, I'm going to probably pick up some more, maybe some different socks. I think it'd be fun to give those away. And then, so you have a choice. If you guess the word, you get the socks, or you get your choice of koozies. These cutesy koozies. See? Cutesy koozies. So, anyway, yeah, so they're pretty cool. I love them. Oops, I'm dropping my notes. I don't want to drop the notes. No, drop the notes. All right, so news to me. Like they do on the news thing, News to me. Will Fly says, DM the word. No. Scuba says, you're going to make Will run off the road. I know, huh? But he wants those socks. Yeah, poor Will Fly. I saw you flying in your red shoes, Will. And I saw your socks. And I felt bad. I felt bad for you. I did. But I might have to make a deal. Maybe wheel and deal. Wheel and deal. Get it? Wheel and deal. Not wheel and deal. Wheel and deal. That maybe next week we'll have Will Fly can jump in the studio with me for the night. And if he does that, maybe he'll get the socks. They have to work for it, okay? Somehow. I can't just send them to you. You have to work for them. So yeah, maybe not, if you can't guess the word tonight, maybe next week you can jump in the studio with me and for the night, and yeah, and then I'll give you your choice of the koozies or the socks for just being the guest for the night. So something to think about. Really. So anyway, in case you didn't know, okay, this is news to me. Black bear was found sitting on the stove after crashing through the ceiling of a home in Kentucky. Can you imagine that? Kentucky Fish and Wildlife Enforcement said they said the author I can't read my writing the authorities responded to a call for a black bear at a residence around 5 a.m. in the morning. Tony said Angela thinks it's a great idea. Yeah, Angela, the more I think about it, yeah, I think so too. I was thinking about that today. Scuba says bear found a warmer place to live. Yeah, and so it said seems that the bear had to climb up a ladder outside and squeeze through an opening into the attic, which then fell through the ceiling. The bear fell through the ceiling. The bear was eventually chased out through an open door by responding officers. I'm trying to picture this. So the bear got evicted. And he didn't even get breakfast. They just kicked him out of the house. No animals or people were harmed. Can you imagine? The bear found a more place to live. Yes. Yeah. I could barely finish reading this, okay? I was laughing so hard. Can you imagine what that must have sounded like on top of the roof? What, this bear? And how can you press charges on a bear breaking and entering, right? Oh my gosh. I hope that never happens to any paramotors out there crashing on top of a house. That would be really embarrassing if you fell through somebody's ceiling or whatever with your paramotor. You know what I mean? I was thinking about that. Yeah. I thought that was a funny story. I'm just glad nobody got hurt or anything like that. But I had to share that story, right? News to me. And let's see. Okay, now we're going to go on to the next one. This kind of sucks for people that fly all the time. Will says Thursdays. Wait, I'm trying to find that. I have to scroll back down here. Tony Marzano said, where is it? Did you see the video of the guy getting out of his car and feeding it bread? Let's just say it didn't end well for him. Oh my God, I can't imagine. I cannot imagine. Okay, so I'm scrolling. Is that all the that's why I need people I need a co-host or whatever. So now, yes, I'm going to go on to the next one because we have a lot to get to tonight. You guys probably already heard this, but I think it really sucks. More than 50 years, Southwest Airlines has always had bags fly for free. Yeah. How many of you in there are flowing Southwest Airlines? I flew with them a lot in my day when I lived in Arizona, and I would fly in Michigan to see family. I used Southwest a lot. But I didn't like the idea where you didn't know who you're going to sit next to. They put you in groups, Group A, Group B, Group C. How many in the chat have flown with Southwest Airlines in the past? But I always a lot of times I flew with them because it was cheap airline, right? I remember you could fly to let's see, Tony said that people would just strike against flying, the damage we could do. That's true, Tony. That's true. Yeah, and I'd fly with Southwest Airlines because they were cheaper than anybody. Remember when they throw those deals out there, $79 each way, $79 each way, like to California. Or sometimes it would just be $79 round trip kind of thing. I'm hoping that my laptop doesn't fly on the floor because Molly's watching the birds outside because in front of me is my window. Anyway, they said they announced the new check bag fees are going to be $35. And then if you have a second bag, it'll cost $45. And some passengers may be subject to checked-in bag fee when booking a flight on a discount carrier. So that is not good news. Same with Vegas. If people didn't come here for just a weekend, it would do damage. Just saying. Yeah, I've been following I've been watching. I don't know. I guess I was really bored, but I was watching. Like I said on YouTube, these guys, doing documentaries or whatever, just walking around, rating these hotels and going, not rating, but rating the hotels, and the rooms and stuff. And it's amazing. A lot of the hotels, they don't give you a fridge or microwave anymore. And, some of the prices they're paying for some of the hotels, but wow. There was a lot of people like over the holiday weekend. I was watching it, and some dude was walking around downtown Vegas, and oh my gosh, it was packed. But this Southwest Airlines crap. This is terrible. That's terrible. So what do you think is going to happen? People are going to be saying it's going to be cheaper, like to send a box of clothes out to the house they're going to stay at as to paying these fees, right? And then, or everybody's just going to pack everything on their carry-on. And I used to hate that, the carry-on luggage, right? Because I'm so short, that a lot of times I could not lift up the carry-on, by myself. So I always had to have somebody do it because 9 times out of 10, the airline people or whatever were not close by or whatnot, right? So I used to always have to have somebody move, put my baggage up in the overhead or whatever. But I just missed, that you didn't have to pay. See, when I flew out to Arizona, it was just this was still during the pandemic. And when I flew out to Michigan, I should say, 2021, that was February, we were still in the pandemic. So Will Fly said, do what I do and wear extra baggy cargo pants. Well, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Extra car. Yeah. Isn't that funny? And then when you go through security, like I'd wear my cowboy boots, some would make you take your boots off, and some didn't. Like when I left in Arizona, I kept my boots on, went through security, everything was good. But when I got to Detroit, I had to take my boots off. It was so stupid. But lots of pockets. Oh, so Scott says it hides your depends. Oh gosh, Scott, you're hilarious. Oh my God. So that can be pretty expensive. And people are going to try and scam, or they're going to try and, I don't know who took over Southwest Airlines, but Jeff Goyne used to drive for Southwest Airlines. I don't know if he still does, but Will Fly, that's more than I need to know. Will Fly, I don't wear underwear. Thanks for that visual, Will Fly. Okay. Yes. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, thanks for the visual. Who does these days, Will? Oh, so Tony, you're trying to tell me you don't wear underwear either? Boxers or briefs? Put in the chat, boxers or briefs. I'll let you think about it. I am Paramount USA, and you're at Lindy's Treehouse. Come on in. Come on in. That just like that. You just come on in. Yep, this way or that way. Climb up the ladder, jump in the treehouse. We're just having conversation about anything tonight. Scuba says he wears both. That's nice. Varieties. That's good. That's good. And Will says boxer briefs. Okay. All right. Are you a Fruit of the Loom guy or are you a Hanes? Which one? Fruit of the Loom? Hanes? Which one do you guys prefer? I don't know. I just wondered, you know. Definitely the boxers are would be cooler in the summer, right? Than the briefs, I would think, right? So anyway, so we talked about the baggage fees, right? And boo on the baggage fees. Way more brands than that, Linda. Scuba says, well, that's all I know. Okay, because I've been single for how long? You know, so like I go and shop for men's underwear anymore. Okay, I would think I was a little weird. Whichever is cheaper and has a lot of room in the front. Okay, Will. All right. Thanks for that information. Whichever is cheaper and has. Yeah, I never thought about that. I guess that's something to think about because you don't want to squish the jewels, right? Lindy, you're asking the men about underwear. Yeah, but you watch the commercials. Oh, Greg Laney. Hi, Greg Laney. Greg Laney, you just walked into interesting conversation. Hey, y'all, just got back from walking the dog, prepping dinner, and listening now. Okay, Greg. Welcome, Greg Laney. Greg Laney's in the house. He just climbed up to the treehouse, and he had to walk the doggy. All right, we're going to move on to a different subject, okay? Okay, so enough about the briefs and the boxers and all that. We're going to talk about Skittles. How many of y'all love Skittles candy? Tell me in the chat if you like Skittles. I never was a fan of Skittles, but tell me if you guys are. Will Fly, Greg's going to go, what did I walk into? Greg Laney, hey, Tony Marzano, how's your new tree house? There you go. I'm excited about their house. How many of y'all like Skittles? Scuba says sour Skittles or freeze dried. Okay. I've never, Tony said, coming along, always welcome, my friend. I'm excited. I'm excited for their house. Well, here's some news about the Skittles. Okay. There is an ingredient in the Skittle that's been in the Skittles, and it's called titanium dioxide. And it's causing, now they're saying, it may cause some health concerns. Greg Lane says sugar equals good, Skittles equals good at 10. Well, they're removing this ingredient out of Skittles, and it's called titanium dioxide. The UK already started removing it, and I guess the health department is jumping on it, and they're going to remove this ingredient from it. Angela says rainbow candy. Yeah, a lot of people love the Skittles. So do y'all know what titanium dioxide actually is? I'll tell you. Okay. A naturally occurring compound that is widely used in various products, including paints, plastics, cosmetics, and food. So I can think when I'm putting my makeup on that I have Skittle ingredients and there's Skittle ingredients in it that I'm putting on my face. So no wonder when I buy my favorite peach blush that it's actually came from a Skittle, right? Breathing is bad for you, just saying. Exactly, Tony. Scott says we all know about that one, Scuba. I thought that was interesting, and is known for its ability to scatter and absorb light, making it ideal for achievement, bright white colors, and enhancing the capacity of the materials. So, but it's disturbing because they said it's in paints and plastics and cosmetics and, of course, food. That is insane. Scott says titanium dioxide is white. Okay, thanks. Oh, I'm glad that you told me that. But they were saying, yeah, they're saying that. Yeah, so I'm thinking if whenever I put makeup on that it's, you know, I can think of it like there's Skittle parts in my makeup now that I'm putting on my face. It's really funny. So, all right, and then we're going to go to, we're going to move right along, okay? Greg Laney said Skittles came out in 1974. All people born from the beginning of time until 1874 are dead 100%. I don't think Skittles' deaths will be any higher. True. I haven't heard anybody like overdosing on Skittles. Yeah. So y'all jump in. You're all in the chat now. And I'm going to be talking about different things tonight. We'll do a little trivia. And then I'm going to pick the word of the night, and then you guys will have to guess it. Scuba says that Chinese buffet had a sign to clean your plate, or they charge for what you leave on it. Who is the dirtbag filling up a plate and not eating all of it? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. For reals? My dentist told me to write that. Oh, he did? Okay. I like my dentist. I have a pretty good dentist. Well, you know what? Like when I went to the dentist, like I go to the dentist in my next appointment's in July, and the gal, the dental hygienist, like around my age or whatever, and she did a really good job. And I didn't have any cavities, and it's just really funny because then the dentist comes in, he looks at your teeth and stuff, and says, "Looks great. Okay, I'll see you next time." You know. So I only get to see my dentist for like 5 minutes, you know. And then that's it because I didn't have any cavities last time. I didn't have no cavities. Oops, did I spill my plate on the floor? Oh, no. Scuba says, darn Scott, I don't remember yesterday. That's good. Exactly. So, anyway, do y'all like your dentist? I like my dentist. Got a pretty good dentist office, whatever. All right, we're going to move right along. Okay. The air is going to start getting pretty thick over here again because there's a lot of fires in Canada. And you can blame Jim Simnard for it. Okay. Jim's the one that's pushing all the smoke down to us because he wants to share it. All right, Jim. Jim, if you're listening, Jim Simnard, you never stop by my treehouse ever. And if you're listening, if you watch this later, yes, I'm talking about you, Jim. You need to show up and say hi to everybody. Don't be a stranger than you are, okay? Tony says, how about asking for a doggy bag then? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember back in the day, you could go to all you can eat, the shrimp night, fish and chips, shrimp night or whatever. And I had a lady that had a plastic bag inside her purse. Kyle O made a great video about penetrating holes. Yeah, he is a trip. Kyle O is a trip. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. No way you get me over those clouds. Yeah, we're talking penetrating holes. We're talking about clouds flying through the clouds. I would be scared. Dang it, Jim. Stop starting all those fires. That's right, Greg. That's right. I got it right here. The Canadian fires are happening. I mean, it's no joke. Seriously, though. But the air is going to start getting pretty iffy in Michigan anyway. But yes, Jim is the man. Jim Simnard, we miss you. Okay, if you're listening and you need to stop by Lindy's Treehouse on Thursday nights. See, I'm telling the whole world. The whole world knows now. Scoob, I saw that. I think there was some euphemisms in his speech. Linda, you would like it once you do it. I don't know. How could that's way up there? How do you breathe? I mean, man. I mean, I thought when I went on my tandems that I was pretty high up there, but you're talking about going even higher, like way up there. I don't know. That would be pretty wild. So everybody stay safe as far as in Canada, and Jim stay safe and all that. Yeah, I miss Jim's videos, him on his road trips and stuff. So I have to get him. If I can talk him into being a guest on the show sometime, I'll get Jim on here. What do you think? All saying for Jim to be on the show, it'd be fun. Jim Simnerd, you crazy man. Crazy paramotor man. All right, we're going to move on, okay? We're going to move on. Okay. So did you see that a huge chunk of glacier in the Swiss Alps broke off, causing a deluge of ice and mud rock, like a rock slide, that buried most of the mountain village that had been evacuated due to the risk of a rock slide? Can you imagine the glacier? Yeah, the Swiss Alps. They had that landslide or whatever they call it, rock slide, same thing. And it's just a big muck mess down there now in Switzerland. This was in Switzerland. This happened today, peeps. Can you imagine? Oh my gosh. So that is my news to me. See, that's what the bulletin, news bulletin. News to me. So I had to share that, the news events. Tony says you only need oxygen after 15,000 feet. Is that what it is? 15,000 feet? Oh my God. Yeah, believe me, because I didn't fly, and the next, when I didn't go on my tandem, for that weekend, but it was so dang cold and it was windy. And I was like, and then nobody was going to be there that I really know now. Like, I could walk up with my chair and my cooler and walk around and see if somebody will let me sit with them or something. But I'm hoping not to miss it next year. I really, because Justin Fox was going to take me up and everything. And the next day I was pretty bummed out because I didn't go. And I knew that's my fault. But, it just seemed really cold and windy. Like it was only like 57, like a whole day. So Will Fly said oxygen for sissies. The ladies need oxygen every time they say Tony Marzano because he takes their breath away. Craig Laney, you're cracking me up, dude. What do you think of that one, Angela? Angela's like, oh, brother. Oh, my God. Hey, my kitty's, she's looking around at stuff. She better not be starting nothing. Boy, oh, boy, Miss Molly. She was trying to touch the mouse. She's going to mess with the mouse. Don't mess with the mouse. No. All right. Look at this. Okay. All right. So now we're going to move on. Trying to keep everything going. My daughter-in-law, Linda Scuba says, Linda, you have already been in the clouds. Ever been in a fog? Same thing. Yeah, every day I'm in a fog. Every day I wake up. What am I going to do? What should I do today? What am I going to do? I don't know. What should I do today? Yeah. That takes my breath. Equal opportunity compliment. There you go. Will Fly says, Greg just wants a free place to stay when he goes to Vegas. They got some really cool hotels over there in Vegas. Just watching these guys, walking around inside these hotels, and they show you, they go and they show you the rooms and stuff. I think I stayed at before it changed to South Point. It was Gold, wasn't it Gold Coast? I think I stayed at Gold Coast before. I've stayed, and then in Laughlin, no, in Vegas, I stayed at Gold Coast, and then I stayed at the Luxor before. Treasure Island, when I used to visit Vegas. Scuba says, I see Molly likes to scratch your chair, and my cats do it also when they can. Yes. Yeah. When I swing my chair around, it's pretty scary. Yeah. And she still tries to get my attention in the morning. She scratches on it. All right. So we're going to do a little trivia here. My daughter-in-law gave me a bunch of, it's almost like playing Jeopardy. So I'm going to read some fun things here. Let's do, you guys want to do, hi, Munchkin. Welcome, Munchkin. So full, I can't breathe. What'd you have? You had Chinese food tonight? Tony says, I want to hit the lotto and just travel fly-ins and would feel I made it. Wouldn't that be cool? That'd be cool, just to do the road trip. But you got your house now, and that's so important. That is so important. So you want to do fictional families, like from the TV? So I'm gonna so you got to listen to all these questions, okay? Munchkin says, I love Chinese food. I like the egg rolls. I think those are my favorite. And sweet and sour pork or sweet and sour shrimp is good. And Tell Scoop, Angela says, you all have a place to stay at our home in Vegas, especially Greg. Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to keep up with the chat, so bear with me. We got John Wayne in the house. What's up, cowboy? How are you doing? We got Bill H. What's up, Bill H? Welcome, everybody. I am Paramount USA, and you're at Lindy's Treehouse. Yes, you are. And I'm so glad to have my chatters in the house tonight, because I couldn't do it without you. I really couldn't. Yeah. We got the gangs all here. That's what we say. The gang's all here. I just love it. What's that song? Okay, you got to tell me who sings this song. It's an oldie. It's an oldie song. Okay, oldie. There's no business like show business. There's no business I know. Everything looks appealing. Okay, who sang that? Scuba says, Bill and John show up at the same time. Must be a superhero thing. I love it. I love that. Munchkin, stuck in the middle with you. That's right. Yes. Okay, I'm going to ask you guys a question, okay? All right. This is almost like Jeopardy, so we'll just pretend. For $100, starring the Banks family, this 90s sitcom centers on characters including Uncle Phil, Carlton, and Will. For $100, what is the answer? I was packing up for flying. Will the Fly, so Liza Minnelli. Yeah. All right, I'm doing a trivia here, okay? I just sang that song, see if you guys would know. Yes. So here, listen to this question, okay? Here we go. For $100, we're just going to pretend we're playing Jeopardy. For $100, starring the Banks family, this 90s sitcom centers on characters including Uncle Phil, Carlton, and Will. What is the name of that show? This is TV fictional families. I was trying to answer Jeopardy like LOL. You guys know? Do I need to read the question again? You got to tell me if you know the answer to this one. All right. My lovely daughter-in-law sent me a whole bunch of, let's see. Who said Fresh Prince? Let's see if you got the answer. Yes. Ding, 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 ding. Good job, Angela. Angela got it right. Yes. It says the answer. What is the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? The show was Will Smith's debut into acting, starting off a long and successful career. Good job. Good job. All right, we're going to go on to the next one. We are behind, apparently. Okay, everybody listen up. Pay attention, okay? You guys, here's another question, okay? Like I said, my dear daughter-in-law gave me a whole bunch of trivia stuff to play from the show. Okay, this is fun. Okay, here we go. For $200, members of this TV bunch included Marsha, Jan, and Greg. What is the answer? Quickly, quickly. What was the show? This is easy. Angela went. Angela went. Oh, Will Fly said Angela when I can't read. I can't read the. I can't read the chat so fast and read this. And Will got it right. Brady Bunch, Scuba got it right. Ding, 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 ding. Good job. That's right. It says, what is the Brady Bunch? The show ran from 1969 until 1974 and is a nostalgic favorite despite only average ratings at the time. All right. And, okay, here's number 9 for $400, okay? Bill said, well, that was the Brady Bunch. Yes, the Brady Bunch was the right answer. Okay, listen up. Here's the next question, okay? The Griswold family stars in this 1989 holiday classic comedy film. What was it? Linda only sees one answer. No, that's all they have is, no, I saw the answers. I saw that I saw a couple people said Brady Bunch, so I got that right. Scuba says National Lampoon Christmas. Ding, 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 ding. That's right. You got it right. What is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation? There are 4 films in the Vacation series starring this dysfunctional, funny family. Okay, here goes the next one. Okay, you all ready? You got to listen now. You guys are doing good. You're doing good. We're still going to do the word of the night, okay? We're still going to do the word of the night. So just don't get all skittish on me, okay? All right? Don't get skittish on me. We're going to do the word of the night towards the end of the show, okay? All right. Okay. So you got to pay attention, everybody. Let's see. Let's go on with, okay. This TV show of the late 90s and early 2000s is named for its starring family, including mob boss Tony. Do you guys remember this one? Izzy, Ozzy. Do you know this one? The TV show of the late 90s and early 2000s is named for its starring family, including mob boss Tony. Do you guys remember? Ozzy didn't hear it. Man in Black, The Sopranos. Let's see if you got that right. That's right. The Sopranos. Munchkin got it and Scott got it. Good job. God, you guys are good. The Sopranos star James Gandolfini said he got advice and compliments on his role from real life wise guys. All right. Cool. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. Let's go on with, let's see. How many do I have? Okay. Let's go on with a different one. Okay, I'm going to change it up here. Let's do, what's the color? Okay, we're going to do what's the color. We're going to change it up. Angela, this isn't fun because the stream is slow and we get answers before the question. I know, I'm sorry. A real Don don't wear shorts, right? It's enough. Well, we're just playing, you know, I mean, like, this is not for the win stuff, because the word of the night is the win-win one. Speed up and catch up on the stream angles. See, that's why I need somebody, a co-host to watch the chat, because I try to do this and yeah, it's hard to do both at the same time, you know. I'm glad that, because everybody else has somebody sitting in there that can read, you know, can read the chat, and it's just me. Munchkin said that was supposed to say Angela. Okay, let me see here. I'm gonna go. She said, "Shut up, Will." Okay, you guys are cracking me up. All right, you guys ready for another one? Let's see here. Let's see. All right, we're going. We're gonna do colors. What's the color? Okay, this is the name of it. I'm gonna call her Angles from now on, though. What's up, Angles? You guys picking on poor Angela. So did Tony make the man cave yet? Let's see. No, that's stupid. Let's see. I'm trying to find something, you guys and gals. I know before I lose. Oh, here's a good one. Okay. He plays the lead, Tony, in 1977 Saturday Night Fever. Who played Tony in Saturday Night Fever? You guys, are you listening for my trivia? He plays the lead, Tony, in 1970 Saturday Night Fever. But who was the guy's name that played Tony? I'm watching the chat. Okay. He, for $100, he plays the lead, Tony, in 1977 Saturday Night Fever. Who is the actor? Travolta. John Travolta. Yes. We got a tie. It's like a tie right now. Damn autocorrect. That's right. John Travolta. Staying alive. Staying alive. That was a good movie, right? If I can't have you, I don't want nobody, baby. If I can't have you, whoa. There you go. Good songs in there, right? All right. And they played those songs at the disco clubs when I used to go to the disco clubs. Yes. All right. So for $200, this is the type of club where Tony, Stephanie, and others dance on Saturday nights. I already gave the answer. What was the name? What was it called? I know I gave the answer. What was it? Where Tony, Stephanie, and others danced on Saturday nights. Dance club closed, but what was? Yes, Munchkin, got it. Disco, the disco club. The disco dancing competition is at the center of the music-heavy film. All right, good job. Okay, for $400, this rhyming band performs many of the soundtrack hits, including Staying Alive. Oh, this is easy. Tony only knows, Scuba says Tony only knows strip clubs. Will Fly said, damn, Munchkin. All right. Did you guys hear the question? This rhyming band performs many of the soundtrack hits, including Staying Alive. What was the band? Oh, Will Fly got it. Bee Gees. Ding, 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 ding. Greg Laney said The Brother Gibb. That's right. Such a good movie, right? Bee Gees. All right, we're going to go on to the next one. The movie soundtrack, because of the best-selling albums ever until this Michael Jackson album eclipsed it 6 years later. What was the name of the Michael Jackson? What was the name of the Michael Jackson? The movie soundtrack being one of the best-selling albums ever until this Michael Jackson's album eclipsed 6 years later. Thriller. Will got it. Scott got it first. Good job. That's right. Gosh, that dude could dance, couldn't he? Man, oh man. So sad when he passed away. That was really sad. Yeah, he's the one that really started the whole dance phenomenon, right? Tony, Will Fly says, wait, what? So, yes, he did Thriller. Yep. The Bee Gees music wasn't added to the movie until post-production. It's hard to imagine Saturday Night Fever without Bee Gees. Yeah, we loved our Bee Gees, right? All right, for $800, he is the director of this iconic disco film. I don't know. This is a hard one. I got it first on my screen. I know it's delayed. Tiny Googled that. Tiny. No Googling. No Googling. No Googling. No. You're not allowed. Do you know this one? I've never heard of this, so I don't know. Who is the director of the iconic disco film? Do you know who the director was? Quentin Tarantino. I've never heard of this guy. His first name begins with a J, last name begins with a B. It was John Badham. John Travolta personally showed the director around Manhattan and Brooklyn. Yeah, it was John. No idea. Yeah, this was kind of a hard one. Yeah, but it was John Badman. I never heard of him. Okay. So for $1,000, Saturday Night Fever was one of the first films to use this camera stabilizing device created by Garrett Brown. And this is more technical stuff. So I never heard of this either. It says, what is a Steadicam? Brown won a technical Oscar in 1978 for this innovation, which also extensively in filming Rocky. I think our technology as far as in movies and all that has come a long way. A long way. You said gimbal. Yeah, this one said Garrett Brown is the one that created the Steadicam. So that was pretty fun. So tell me, you guys, we can talk some trivia or whatever, and we'll do some more trivia next week. I got it first on my screen yes, you guys all did really good. We can keep doing the trivia a little bit more if you want. I know y'all gonna be heading over to the other show, because it is Thursday night, other show night. Yeah, Bill Googled that. That's right. So, I want you to guess the word of the night, okay? You got to guess the word of the night, all right? Short Circuit War Games, Bird and a Wire, all John Barron directed. Oh, wow, Angela. Interesting. Yeah, the movies have really, what was your, in the 90s then, what was your favorite movie that came out in the 90s? I'm not a movie buff. I don't really go to movies much. Will Fly, you got it. Yes, the word of the night. Skittles. You got it. Will. Will won the Sox tonight. Will won the Sox. Skittles was the word of the night. Because I know you're all getting skittish because you're like, what is the word? What's the word? Look at Will Fly won the Sox. Will gets the Sox. Woohoo! Everybody put big things in the chat. The big thingies in the chat. So all my listeners and watchers and lurkers and all that, you can't win if you don't play. Okay. So Will won tonight, the word of the night. And so he chose the Airhead Sox, which I'm going to put them in the mail tomorrow. And so every week, anybody who's listening and watching, you have a chance to win these really cutesy. Let's see. Tony says Point Break, the best movie ever. And in the second one, Patrick Swayze is rolling over in his grave when they did the reboot of it. Yeah, no doubt, right? So you can win these koozies, yes, or a pair of these Airhead socks. I have one more pair left after this, one more. And I have these to give away next week too. So I've had a lot of people won my koozies already, and they're super enjoying them. A lot of winners in the house tonight. I had fun tonight. I love you all. I really do. I'm so glad that you stopped by. I want to hang a little bit. I'm going to see if Robert's going to come on, but I know he's always busy. But congratulations, Will. You win the socks. I'll get those out in the mail to you. Scooby is getting his socks in the next day or so. I put his in the mail. Scotty already got his. Munchkin won a koozie a few weeks back. She loves her koozie. And Munchkin says, glad you think Kenyu is yummy too. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. My address is Pennsylvania Avenue. Well, I already have your address in my DMs. I do. But gosh, I'm just really happy that everybody stopped by tonight. I was having so much fun. The coffee kicked in, as you can tell, because I was just like all over the place. But yeah, I want to get out and start doing stuff, and the weather's so nice too. So, and Will Fly says, I like my koozie too. That's right. Will got one a koozie a while back. Yeah. And aren't they cool? They're nice and thick, and they're fun to have. And then, of course, the cool socks. Yes. Airhead socks are very famous for the paramotors and all that stuff. But yeah, next week we've got the Tuesday night is we're gonna Tuesday night hangout with Shane, Will Fly, Nick J. So make sure you check out their show on Tuesday night. Wednesday night we just have open Wednesday. Thursday night is Lindy's Treehouse, Paramount USA, every Thursday night, 8:00. We always do all kinds of fun stuff, as you know. And then Friday is Scooby Vapes show with his lovely hostess with the mostest, Munchkin. So you catch them on Friday nights at 8:00 Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, fun night. This was fun. I'm just so glad that I had y'all here tonight, and I want y'all to have a great weekend and stay safe. And oh yeah, Gorilla has the same feed. Bill H says yes. So I know everybody's gonna head over to Ready to Paramotor. Ready to Paramotor is on, just started, and so it's 9:00 Eastern Standard Time. And thank you all for joining us tonight. Okay, and I'll be heading over to the chat in a little bit for Ready to Paramotor. And I just want to give a shout out to JD and Eric. JD, you're in my prayers. I know things kind of went kind of crazy for you. So I'm praying for you, JD, and I'll details later. I'm not going to say what's going on or whatever, JD. I love you very much. I love Eric very much. And I just want you guys to get better and all that stuff. So prayers. But I'm going to read this real quick, and then I'm going to say nighty night to everybody. Every day holds something to be thankful for, even if it's just the air you breathe or the sun on your face. Gratitude does not have to be grand. It's in the little things that make life so beautiful. And for JT Wardell, this is for you. Love, laugh, live. So you can put hearts in the chat if you want. JT, we miss you very much. And I'm so grateful for your support. Your loyalty means the world to me. Thank you for being a part of my journey, my chatters, my listeners, my viewers, everything. I love you all bunches. Yeah, just be kind, okay? And just share a smile with somebody, open that door, yeah, say thank you, please, thank you, all that good stuff. because we're all in this together, right? We're all in this world together. So let's all be kind to each other. I love you bunches. Don't forget to say your prayers. Jesus loves you. And if I don't see you in the air, I will see you on the air. Love you bunches. Enjoy your evening, okay? Thanks, everybody. I so appreciate you. And I love making people happy and smiley and all that stuff. And that's why I do this for you. Do this all for you. You. That's right. It's all about you, not about me. No. So, Scott, take care of that foot, okay? I want you to get better. So you can go 2-step in here pretty soon. So you take care of that foot, all right? All right, you guys and gals, thanks for the laughs. Thanks for putting up with all my craziness here every Thursday night. I really appreciate every one of you. And I'm going to say good night. And I'll hang out with you next week. We'll all meet right back here at Lindy's Treehouse on Paramount USA. And 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Thursday night. Thankful Thursday. You'll find us all right here. And you never know what we're going to be up to next. So congratulations, Will, on your prize and all that. And don't forget to check out Scooby-Doo's show tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. All right. So I'm going to, I guess I'm going to head out. So I'll see you all next week, okay? You're all the best. Love you bunches. Bye-bye. And I'm going to end it. Bye, everybody. There you go.